Sharkie Gamer here. So today we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Old Republic gaming mouse mat by Razer. So as the title suggests, this is a gaming mouse mat that has a Star Wars The Old Republic theme to it. So first off, let's take a look at the box. So firstly, up the top here, you got the Star Wars The Old Republic logo, followed by gaming mouse mat by Razer, and then some cool artwork from The Old Republic. And it does look pretty cool. On the other side of the box here, you have a display window that gives you a sneak peek at what the mouse mat actually looks like. Up the top you got the Razer logo, and of course down here you got a couple of small features, and I'll just read them out. Dual-sided mouse mat to display different faction choices, performance grade hard surfaces for smoother mouse swipes, non-slip anti-reflective abrasion resistant hard coating on surfaces. So that is the front of the box. Now the sides are pretty plain. This one has a little bit of artwork there, and same with the other side, and the top just says wield the force. Turning on to the back, first up it gives you an overview of the actual mouse mat, giving you a sneak peek at what it actually looks like, and it also points out the main features. So hard metal frame, non-slip rubber base, dual-sided mouse mat to display different faction choices, performance grade hard surfaces for smoother mouse swiping, non-slip anti-reflective abrasion resistant hard coating on surfaces. Down here it's got the same sort of stuff but in different languages, and it also shows you how big the mouse mat is there. Up here you've got like a little hole there, so you can actually feel the actual rubber base of the mouse mat. Going down, dual-sided mouse mat. One side of the Star Wars The Old Republic gaming mouse mat by Razer displays the hard-edged hexagon symbol of the merciless Sith Empire, while the other side displays the symbol of the noble Galactic Republic. Choose your side and join the battle. Performance grade hard surfaces. Just as a Jedi or Sith possess lightning reflexes in combat, the Star Wars The Old Republic gaming mouse mat by Razer is designed with a smooth hard surface to deliver optimum gliding performance for increased reaction speed in game. Non-slip, non-reflective, abrasive resistant hard coating. To withstand high intensity and pressures of galactic warfare, the Star Wars The Old Republic gaming mouse mat by Razer is constructed with non-slip abrasion resistant hard coating so that you can swipe aggressively with no derogation of the mat. The non-reflective surface ensures mouse tracking remains precision at all times. So that is the back of the box. So now let's open this up and take a closer look at this mouse mat. Okay, so firstly this comes with a little bit of paperwork just here. Firstly it comes with a quick start guide, and this just goes through the very basics of how to switch the logos on it, how to clean it, etc. So not too much in there. I guess the best part is it does have some cool Star Wars artwork just there, as well as in the back. Looks pretty cool. Next you get sort of like a thing congratulating you bought a Razer product. And finally you get a couple of stickers. You of course get the Sith Empire as well as the Galactic Republic logos, as well as the Razer logo. So you can stick these on your computer or stick them wherever you like. Okay, so firstly you can tell that this is a pretty large mouse mat. So it's large size, plenty of room to move around when you're using your mouse on it. Firstly, the frame itself that this mouse mat is actually made of. You can see the frame around there. If I turn it over, you can also see the frame there. This frame is solid metal. So it's a really solidly built metal frame. There's no way you'd be bending this. It is just solid. So very sturdy in that regard. Now on the bottom there, as you can see by that texture, it is a rubber base on this thing. So you've got rubber all the way around, and when you have it on your surface, it pretty much doesn't slip at all. So that's there so you don't move around much during play, so you can freely use your mouse without having to worry this is going to move while you're playing. Now going into the double-sided surface. So you can choose your faction, the Sith Empire or the Galactic Republic, and switching between the two is easy. Of course, you've got to hold down the center here. If you just push up, that surface comes right out. And as you can see, you've got the Galactic Republic, and of course you've got the Sith Empire. So you can swap between the two faction logos to whatever you prefer. So if you prefer that one, slip it in there. Otherwise, you can just turn it over and use the other one. So whatever you prefer, it's totally customizable to whatever you're feeling. Maybe you want to be one the other day and the next the other day. That's fine, just swap it over. Now the actual surface of this, and I don't know if the camera will actually pick this up or not, but the surface has actually got a bit of texture to it. So it's actually, you can actually feel it when you run your hand over it. It's not totally smooth. It's actually got a textured, hard coated finish. And this thing is hard on its own. It is a little bit flexible, but the surface is hard and textured. So along with the base, it makes it really nice and thick, and it's not gonna easily bend or anything like that. Now going back to the surface, it's anti-reflective, so that means that the mouse is going to track better. It's not going to reflect the laser or anything like that. Abrasive resistant, which means it's going to basically more resilient to wear and tear, and also provide a much better tracking service. So after a while, it's not going to wear as much as some other mouse mats might. So with those features out of the way, how does this perform? Well, first off, the rubber base itself is excellent. This mat won't be slipping while you're gaming. It's pretty sturdy. It's very hard to move this at all. As you can see, I'm pushing on it, and it is moving slightly, but hardly anything that will affect while you're actually gaming. Secondly, when you're actually gaming, there's nothing worse than having a mouse mat when you have your hand like this. Nothing worse than having a mouse mat dig into your wrist. Pleasantly, with this particular mouse mat, you're not going to have that problem. This area here, and I'll show you this angle this way, it's actually slanted downwards a little bit. It's very smooth, and it's also slightly curved here. So when you have your hand on the mouse mat and you're using your mouse and your wrist is hitting there, you're not going to have that issue where it's going to hurt you or dig into your wrist like some other mouse mats do. So this is pretty smooth and pretty comfortable to use. So you're not going to have an issue with that at all. Next thing, again, with the frame, like I said before, it's very sturdy, solid metal. This is not going to bend, so you can easily take this over to a friend's place or LAN parties and not worry about this actually bending really easily. The downside I can say about that, because it's a different thing, this, if you are moving it around, you just got to be careful that this is not going to fall out while you're moving it around. That's probably a little bit of a down point, because if you obviously tilt it, that's going to come out. But other than that, it's going to keep it sturdy and everything like that. And you're not having to worry, those who really like the logo, of when you put it in the frame of scratching, because under the frame here, it's got this very smooth area. I don't even know what, it's like almost like a felt type area, really smooth, where you can actually put this on, so it's not going to scratch the bottom of it when you're actually using it, and when you're not using that particular side, so you can easily flip it over and not have to worry about that. So finally, how does this track with the mouse? So the tracking of this mouse mat surface is brilliant. Firstly, I try with the Razer Star Wars mouse, which I've actually got over here. So this mouse right here. I tried it with this mouse, and I have to say it tracks brilliantly on the surface. It just glides, as you'll see here. Using it really nice and smooth, but if you just touch it, it just glides across the surface. So you're not going to really have a problem with this mouse tracking whatsoever. Really smooth on screen, really nice to use. It just drags across of it. The only down point thing you can say about it, you can hear that a little bit. Don't know if you can hear that. So if you vigorously, you will be able to hear the mouse actually going across the surface, and that's just because this is a little bit more rougher surface, but that'll improve your tracking. And if you're in the middle of a game, you're not going to really notice that sound too much. You're probably going to have earphones on, or your speakers are going to be playing music from the game, sound effects from the game, and you're just not going to notice that. So with this Star Wars mouse, it works brilliantly. Now I did try a couple other mice as well. I tried a SteelSeries mouse, it worked pretty well, had no problems, it tracked fine, moved across the surface just as well as this one. The last mouse I tried with it was a Saotech Rat7, and while it did track pretty well on the surface, it did make a lot more noise than say this one does. This one only makes a little bit of noise, but when you put the rat on this mat, because the bottom of the rat is metal, when you put it across the surface, it actually makes a grinding sound. So it's pretty loud, and that would be really distracting. So I wouldn't recommend using a Rat7 or a mouse that has a metal base across this mouse mat, because it will make that grinding type of noise. But overall, from the actual tracking test I did with multiple mice, all the mice I tried, it did very well. It tracked really nice and smoothly. The only ones, like I say, to steer clear with are those mice that have a metal base to them. All the other mice should be pretty fine with this mouse mat. And like I said, especially with this particular Razer Star Wars mouse, it really functioned. It really shined. It really just glides across that surface. So overall, it's a great mouse mat, designed for gaming. High quality, this won't bend, and I would say it would take quite a while to show any type of wear. So I would say this would be a long lasting mouse mat. Tracking is great and incredibly smooth, especially if you pair it with that Star Wars mouse I just showed you just then. It works brilliantly, really smooth, just glides across that surface, and really nice when you're gaming. So you don't have to worry about the mouse not tracking right or having issues like that. It works great. Also, this is of course great for Star Wars fans, and in fact that you can actually switch those kind of plates to your different factions is a great addition, and allows you to customize this to your personal preference. So if you prefer the Sith Empire, you can have that logo. If you prefer the Galactic Republic, you can flip it over. So really easy to do, and it's a nice little extra that they added so that you can choose the faction of your choice. So overall, I would easily recommend this mat. It is on the expensive side, but it is high quality mat. You're buying a quality mouse mat designed for gaming that'll probably last quite some time, and of course it's Star Wars branded, so if you're a Star Wars fan, again, it's probably a deal for you for exactly what you want, especially if you're enjoying playing Star Wars The Old Republic game. This would probably look cool on anyone's gaming desk. Anyway guys, that was Star Wars The Old Republic gaming mouse mat by Razer. Now this week I will be reviewing the other Razer Star Wars Old Republic gear, so that includes the mouse, the keyboard, and the headset. So don't forget to check those out. I'll have those up over the next couple of days. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I am Sharkie Gamer. Don't forget to subscribe, as I'll have heaps more gaming controller and accessory videos up very shortly. If you like this video, hit that like button, really helps out a lot guys. As always, feel free to leave a comment down below if you want to, and of course share and favorite the video, as that helps spread my video around. Anyway guys, thanks for watching.